Hey guys, welcome to Balneário Camboriú in Santa Catarina, Brazil. This place is also known as the Dubai of Brazil. So today in this video, I'm going to show you around in this city, give you an overview of what it's like to visit here, live here, an overview of the real estate market here, some beautiful sights to see. For those of you who don't know, my name is James Rocks from Rocks Investments. At Rocks Investments, we are specialized in selling real estate in Santa Catarina, Brazil to international investors, helping guide you every step of the way for you to invest securely here, find a dream home or a great investment here. So a bit about Balneário Camboriú, for those who don't know about it. This is one of Brazil's wealthiest cities. And what you're seeing behind me along the beachfront here is the most expensive real estate in Brazil. So in terms of square meterage, this point in Brazil has become the most expensive point. Some of the developments behind me, or that are currently going up as well. So for example, Armani Casa, that's going to be launching for 90,000 reais per square meter. Senna Tower, which is set to be the tallest residential building in the world, a bit further that way, I'll show you the site in a bit. That is launching for 100,000 reais per square meter. So that means it's $20,000 per square meter. Okay, so this is like the apex of the luxury market here in Brazil, and hopefully can explain a bit about why today. But one of the tendencies you'll see here in Balneário Camboriú is you get the tallest buildings in Brazil. Just saw that tower behind me, and here is what currently stands as the tallest building in Brazil, Yachthouse by Pininfarina. The designer is the Italian car designer behind that, and that is just shy of 300 meters. So there are lots of buildings here that are 200 meters plus, and they're getting higher and higher. Senna Tower, as I've mentioned as well, that's going to be more than 550 meters high, making it the tallest residential building in the world and the tallest building in Latin America as well. So here we're seeing as well in Brazil, emergence of branded residences. Armani Casa behind us. And also this tower, you can see right behind this building that's being constructed is Lamborghini Tower as well. So this is a new tendency in Brazil. The apartments themselves tend to be very large. When we're talking beachfront with new ones, they're at least 150 meters. Even more luxurious developments, 200 plus, the entry-level standard. Senna Tower, the smallest unit there, is 300 square meters. But then again, you've got a penthouse that is a total of 900 square meters across 3 floors as well. And you even have bigger penthouses than that as well. So this, as I say, this is like the really the focus of the luxury market in Brazil, the actual city itself, the urban part here along the beach, and also as well some of the more quieter, idyllic beaches. Now you're getting some very really nice boutique developments going up there as well. So there's a big migration of wealth to this part of Brazil. Who's buying here? The main investors here aren't living here full time. They tend to be from the agriculture sector in Brazil, particularly Mato Grosso, state of Paraná, here in Santa Catarina as well, Rio Grande do Sul. People who, industrial business owners as well, investing heavily here, as well as lawyers, doctors, and football players as well. The 2 towers I showed you earlier, Yachthouse by Pininfarina, its most famous owner, if you like, is Neymar, who has one of the 3-floor penthouses in the building as well. So what you observe here is people are very carefree in Balneário Camboriú. Some big cities in Brazil, people can seem very, very tense or even alert in beach areas, but in Santa Catarina, we're in the safest state in Brazil, very low crime rate. And one of the other things you'll see in this city as well is people displaying wealth or even flaunting wealth as well. So you'll see a lot of sports vehicles, sports cars that are convertible. In other places in Brazil, such as Rio, Sao Paulo, you wouldn't see that. People like to bulletproof their cars in those places, just as a precaution. But that's not the reality here in Santa Catarina. What you'll see is you'll see lots of families out and about. Today is a winter's day, glorious weather, great sunshine, beach looking great, big stretch of land here on the beach as well, of sand, sorry, on the beach. Lots of room for volleyball, beach tennis, those activities, and a great place to be out walking, cycling, running. You'll see there's designated places for people to run, to cycle as well. So it has a great vibe, and you know, great restaurants and coffee shops along here as well. So lifestyle here is really great. Where we are currently now on the main beach here in Balneário Camboriú in the urban area, behind me we have a 7-kilometer stretch of beach, which is a good size, but it's not massive. So in reality, this is a city where you can do pretty much everything by foot or even on bicycle, by bicycle as well, or electric scooter if you don't want to exercise. So it's, yeah, it's very well served with amenities, very convenient from that point of view. In terms of population, the population of Balneário Camboriú is just under 150,000 residents. But during the height of summer, the population can swell up to just over 1 million. As a lot of the people who own property here, it's their vacation home as well. And there's a very thriving market for hotels here, Airbnb, etc. as well. So you can imagine it gets a lot of tourists here. And one of the things I have to say to Balneário Camboriú's credit as well is it's invested a lot in infrastructure for tourists, namely tourist attractions, whether that's different attractions like the cable carts behind me, the big wheel at the north end in Barra Norte here as well. Museums like car museums, you have dinosaur parks, you have a NASA space park, and you're even going to, even soon there'll be a huge indoor ski center opening up near the beach here as well. Also, it's the second biggest place in Brazil for nautic life as well. So you'll see a lot of boats out and about, particularly in the height of summer. And it's also a cruise ship destination as well. So the word is getting out about Balneário Camboriú internationally. In South America and in Brazil itself, people have known about it, of course, for a long time. Historically, it's had a lot of Argentinian visitors, but what you're starting to see now are more North Americans, more Europeans coming, visiting, and investing here as well. So one of the things you'll observe in Balneario when you're inside some of these buildings are the views. They're absolutely spectacular. So you have, as I say, 7 kilometers of beachfront and 7 kilometers of real estate where you have those undisturbed ocean views, and it's a beautiful coastline. You can see other cities as far as Navegantes as well, which is a bit further north from here as well. Well, to make a comparison with Florianópolis, the state capital, here the beach is a lot more urbanized, of course. In one sense, it's like a mini Rio de Janeiro here in Balneário Camboriú, a mini Rio, but a lot safer. So in Florianópolis, the beaches tend to be, you have more vegetation between the amenities, the restaurants, the infrastructure, and the beach. There's not too many, there's not too much structure directly on the beach, whereas here, as I say, restaurants, coffee shops, entrance to residences, other types of businesses and tourist attractions as well, right on the beachfront. I think a lot of it comes down to taste. Sometimes I like to be in an urban environment, but sit and just enjoy the views on the beach. I'm not a huge fan of sand. I think trauma of going to the beach with young children and them getting covered in the sand and thinking how are we going to get them into the car and all of those things. Whereas, as I say, Florianópolis, you have more of that blend of nature. Now, that doesn't mean that Balneario is an urban jungle by any means, not at all. I think what Balneario does well is it blends the ocean, it blends the urban, and it also blends the greenery as well. So if you see behind here, behind the big buildings on the mainland, one of the things you will observe as well is there's a lot of mountains with native trees on there. So you do have that blend of the urban, the ocean, and nature as well. But as I say, within the space of Balneario as well, I mean, it's nice enough, there are trees, it's very beautiful, very well organized, but you're never too far away from greenery. And it's not like a metropolis like Sao Paulo, that when you're in the middle of Sao Paulo, you just feel like you're in a concrete jungle, as you can only see huge tall buildings for miles and miles. So we're currently now in the South Zone, which would be the most luxurious part of Balneário Camboriú. Like traditionally, this is where you've had the nicest developments. This is currently where the price of the square meterage is at its highest as well. Less tourist attractions. There are very nice restaurants in this part, but when you get to the central part of the beach, you'll see it's very busy, and also Barra, the northern part as well, where the big wheel is as well. It's fairly big, as you can see on the map. As you come down to this part of Balneario as well, as a city, it gets more narrow. There's less, if hardly any, through traffic. So it does have more of a sense down in the south here of exclusivity and calmness as well. So geographically, it lends itself more to being a kind of exclusive area. Now, that's not to say that the other areas aren't very nice. They are. Or even in the city centre itself, that there aren't some really nice buildings, residences, and amenities as well. In all fairness, most of the city is fairly leveled up, but yet that kind of sense of this part still being more the more affluent part. And in Balneário Camboriú, that's saying something.